What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Michael, and today we're going to be talking about Sweet Express. I've been with this company since August of last year, and it is now, at the time of posting, it's March of 2022. So I've been with them 8 months now or so. So I figured I'd give you a little bit of an update in case you were thinking about coming onto this company, you wanted some more information, you wanted some driver insight. Well, I'm gonna be your guy to give it to you straight. I'm working here, I'm still working here, so no real bias. This is just driver talking to potential driver. So I still work here. I don't plan on leaving. I don't get that sense of I should probably start looking somewhere else, or I got that itch to look somewhere else, see what's better, could be the next bet. No, I'm staying here. I like Sweet. They've been good to me. I work hard for them. It's a win-win. So to make sure that this is, accurate as possible, I'm going to be using the actual Sweet website to talk about some of the information that's on there and verify that it is all true indeed, and just making sure I cover everything, make sure I don't miss anything, and I'll probably branch off a little bit and talk about specific things, so on and so forth. But yeah, man, I've been here 8 months, like I said. It's a majority, it's like 70-80% drop and hook freight here, all dry van, nothing, no reefer, nothing like that. They got good equipment. I've never had any real issues aside from tires. I did actually just break down last week, but it was like an electrical thing. It was like a little sensor or something in the throttle. Sweet got it all repaired, taken care of. Otherwise, I've had like over 50,000 miles with this company, and we've been straight, we've been solid. If you do breakdowns, never really an issue. Just call them, they get a wrecker out, or get tires replaced or repaired. It's never an issue like that. I know some places it could be waiting around forever and ever and ever. Obviously it depends on where you're at and so on and so forth. But yeah, man, Sweet's been taking care of me. It's solid. The pay is good. It's competitive. Benefits start day one. There's no waiting periods or anything like that. But yeah, we'll get into all this. I just want to give you a little bit of an overview here. But again, I'm going to be using their website and just be talking, about everything that's posted on here. Again, I signed on August of last year, and it's fast forward, it's been 8 months and almost 50,000 miles. Oh, I should also add, you're like, 50,000 miles is not that much. I'm a regional guy. I am a regional driver. I'm not an OTR driver. I'm a regional driver. I stay out 4 or 5 days a week. I would leave out on a Monday, go pick up, run, deliver, say like on Wednesday or something. It's all going to be different for everybody, but this is just my example. This is what I do. Deliver on Wednesday, go pick something else up on Wednesday, run it back home towards Friday. So I'm home on Friday, sorry. But yeah, I'm getting like 2,500 miles a week, and I'm a regional guy, and that's me being home on Friday night at the latest and then leaving Monday morning. That's just me. But I know OTR guys, they claim that they're getting 2,700 to 3,300 miles. I don't see why they wouldn't be getting that. I'm getting 2,500. I'm regional. There's no shortage of freight out here, as everybody knows, so you should have no problem making money and running miles here. If you want to work, this is a great place for you. They'll definitely work you. With that being said, money. If you have zero experience, you're fresh out of CDL school, you have zero experience, Sweet will pay you 50 cents a mile. It's competitive. 50 cents a mile. I know people at different trucking companies, that work for like 5 cents less than that with like 6 months of experience. So if you're somewhere right now, you're at a mega carrier, you're making like 40 something cents a mile, and you're like, dude, I got 6 months of experience, I know what I'm doing now, I feel comfortable behind the wheel, I want to go to the next greatest thing, Sweet will definitely scratch that itch for you. Yeah, I actually, a YouTuber found my videos. I talk with him, we exchange phone numbers, I talk with him on the phone, we text message here and there. He's actually signing on with Sweet from a mega carrier, and he has 6 months of experience. He's going to be making 60 cents a mile. Just to give you an example. So there's money to be made out here with the mileage and the pay. You can do it. It can be done. It's no BS. Call Nick the recruiter. I'll leave his name and number, his full number, down in the description below, so you guys can do it. Give him a call, reach out. It's the real deal out here. Yeah, man. Yeah, 2,700, 3,300 miles a week. East Coast regional pay. Paid via direct deposit or paper check. I don't know why anybody would want a paper check, but if you're like local or something, I don't know. Just reading what the website says. Here's another great big perk that I want to stress on for a second here. It says on the website, paid for 500 miles minimum on a loaded move. What that means is, if you pick up somewhere and your delivery is not 500 miles away, it is closer. Say it's like 498 miles away, you get paid for 500 miles. If your delivery is 75 miles away, you get paid for 500 miles. You know, you get the idea here. On any loaded move, now it says in parentheses, it excludes local and dedicated. So if you're an OTR guy, you're a regional guy, gal, should preface with that, you get paid for 500 miles on any loaded move, excluding local and dedicated. That is a awesome perk. Again, this gentleman I just referred to earlier from YouTube works for a mega carrier. He's getting horrendous miles. He's an OTR guy where he's at now. He's coming to Sweet to be an OTR guy. He's getting like 50-mile moves and only getting paid for 50 miles. That's, to me, it's ridiculous. There's way too much freight out here and way too much money to be made to be peddling freight around like that and not getting compensated fairly for it. There's just way too much competition out here. Sweet will take care of you. Again, any loaded move under 500 miles, you will get paid 500 miles worth. Operation, 24-hour dispatch, 24/7. They have, you know, you call your normal DM during daylight hours, and then at night you call the after hours crew. They're both of them very great to work with. I've been here, 8 months. I call them all the time. Never any issues. We run all 48 states, so no matter where you live, they should have no problem taking care of you. 14 days out and 2 to 3 days home. That's if you're an OTR guy. I am not an OTR guy. Again, I'm a regional guy. I work Monday through Friday. I get home for 34. I'm home Saturday and Sunday and leave back out Monday again. So yes, 14 days out, 2 to 3 days home. There's no forced dispatch into New York City. That's a major concern for a lot of people. Just gonna address it. No forced dispatch. Dispatch into New York City. It's been a long day, so I'm misspeaking, but you get the idea. I live, just to give you an idea, I live in Pennsylvania. I probably live like 70 miles from New York City. I have never been into New York City with this truck or with Sweet at all, and I don't foresee myself going into New York City with this truck. So again, not a concern. If you're concerned about that, don't even worry about it. There's no hazmat, so you don't need that on your CDL, Canada or Mexico. So if that was a concern for you, if you had a question about that, it's never come up. I've never done it. It says on the website they do not do it. So, all right, we're going to talk about the equipment. Moving on, the equipment: Kenworths, Freightliners, and Internationals. All white trucks, pretty new and up to date. I'm in a 19 right now. I have a Kenworth T680. Most of the trucks have the Cummins in them. Freightliners maybe have the DD15s. I don't know. I don't have one. I've had this same Kenworth as long as I've been here. I love it. It's powerful. Pulls hills great. Never, like I said, never any real issues. I put like 50K on this truck. No real issues with it. Doesn't leak anything. You ever need, repair or maintenance, they're usually good about getting it done. It's never an issue. There's no lights on my dashboard at all. Even if there is, one would come up, I would call about it, or they would probably call me first because they do not want any lights on their dash. They're not one of those companies. They're like, oh, it can be let go, it can be pushed along, just keep going with it. It's not that big of a deal. Now, I believe, they kind of went over this in orientation when the shop does their little presentation, but I believe it to be fact that the shop and the equipment guys over at Sweet want their stuff in perfect working order, and they want to maintain it that way. So if any little thing, any little light, check engine light, something comes up, you call them about it. They can diagnose it via the phone. They have the technology in the trucks to diagnose whatever the issue is over the phone, so you don't have to like run to a dealer, then get it scanned, and then go from there. They can diagnose it over the phone, right from their computer, and they just want to nip it in the bud. They don't know how. They do not want to have any lights on the dash at all or anything like that. So that's a concern. You know, equipment is a concern for you. You've been stuck in shitty trucks or your seat slipping somewhere. Not an issue here. At least it hasn't been with me. This is just my personal experience, but I've been here 8 months, so I feel like I have a good idea. Take my word for what it is. They're all white. Oh, speed. Okay, so my truck goes 72 miles an hour right now. I believe, unfortunately, they're getting bumped back down to 70 as the top speed. Yeah, I'm at 72 right now. It's terrific. I find it to be a great perk, but I believe that they are in process of getting the trucks turned down to 70 miles per hour. I know it kind of sucks, but this is still, you know, a company truck that will go a lot faster than the rest of them on the road, you know, in case you got to get around somebody, or, you know what I mean? It's never a real issue. Even at 70 miles an hour, you're still passing a lot of mega carrier guys out there and stuff like that, so you can get to where you're going in a quick amount of time. No 62, no 64, not even 68 here. 70 miles an hour is your top governed speed here. So go back to the equipment. There's refrigerators in all the trucks. My truck has a refrigerator back underneath there. It's nice. Got a couple shelves, has a little freezer in it. Got the little side, you know, in the door, got a little shelf in the side there. So user-friendly ELD. It's a Samsara E-Log. It's a Samsung Galaxy tablet, but it has a Samsara ELD system. It's very user-friendly, super easy to use. I had no problems adjusting to it from the last ELD thing I was using prior to that. Works very well. You can also scan in your paperwork with it if you need to. I usually just use my phone, but you can use that to scan in your paperwork at the time, you know, of delivery and all that. So you can upload your proof of deliveries if you choose to, but I don't. But it works fine. I think it does have navigation built into it. I have not used it yet. I don't know that for a fact. I have my own Garmin. I recommend buying a Garmin. You know, people say, you know, they use a tablet navigation, truck navigation. I use my Garmin. I love my Garmin. It works well. It does the job for me. I got mine on Amazon. It's like a couple $100, and I got a refurbished one. Came with a warranty. I recommend doing that if you're gonna do it, but you know, try it at your own risk. Just watch signs. Be careful if you're not going to. But whatever. That's beside the point. They have Easy Pass and stuff in here for going through tolls and all that. We are not allowed to use the Pennsylvania Turnpike. All my East Coast folks, we are not allowed to run I-76 in Pennsylvania. We get messages about it daily. We were allowed to run it at my time of sign on. I think I ran it a couple times, but it's too expensive to run tractor trailers across it. So we get messages about it daily, but you're like, damn, that sucks. I gotta find different ways around it if I'm going that way. True, but you get paid those miles that you're going to be going around. Like, if you gotta go around it and find a different way around, you will get paid those miles that you're doing extra to go around it, to avoid it. So no need to worry about it there. Going to perks and benefits. I think like I said earlier, they do start benefits on day one. There's no waiting periods. Okay, wait, hold on. Benefits start day one. There's no waiting periods. And you have, you know, all the major ones. Medical, dental, vision, the whole nine. Everything was offered to me. I'm only 30, so I took the bare minimum because I haven't used health insurance in I don't know how long, but I know it's important to a lot of people, those folks with families and stuff like that. There's no waiting periods. It's just sign on and go. I couldn't really tell you more information about that specifically because I don't use the benefits. I don't even really look at it. I just get it checked every Friday. I'm good to go. Keep it hustling. So vacation pay. I have accumulated vacation pay. I have not used it yet. It doesn't really go into specific details about it. Again, I haven't used it, so I don't know the details specific about it, but I do have some. I see it on my check. It's at the bottom. I have not used it yet, so I don't know really like what's involved in using it. I'm assuming you would just schedule time away, tell your DM, and then you're like, hey, I'm gonna use my vacation pay for these days or whatever. I don't really know. I haven't used it yet again, but if you get yanked, if you get pulled over, if you're in a weigh station, or if you get stopped on the side of the road and you have to go through an inspection, Sweet does pay their inspections. So if you get a clean inspection, level 1 inspection, you get $200. Level 2 is $100. And a level 3 inspection is $50. And what I mean by that, if you're not sure what I mean, what they do is, if you get a clean bill of inspection from the police officer, they give you a little ticket, not like a ticket, but a receipt saying that you got an inspection, it was clean. You just scan that in like you would with your paperwork, and the next week you get that money added onto your paycheck. It's that easy. I can say this for a fact because it has happened to me. I was crossing into Maryland on I-84 in Pennsylvania, heading down towards Baltimore there, old way station right past the state line. I just happened to be the unlucky guy, but the scales were open, that they pulled me over. There's a little inspection pit, and they're like, yeah, it's just a random test, you know, this, that, the third. Went through the whole thing. I got a clean level 1. I checked all my stuff, my paperwork, my lights, brakes, you know, all the major stuff like that. And then I got a clean bill of health. I scanned that in, sent it right to Sweet. Next week, I had that money added onto my paycheck. It's that easy. And again, their equipment's pretty good. Make sure you're thorough about doing your pre and post strips, you know, dropping hook guys, so, you know, people, you know, the rest of the fleet, you know, can avoid issues, you know, if God forbid something like that happens, where it could have been avoided if they just would have called. But whatever, do your pre and post strips, inspections, be thorough, you won't ever have any problems. Simple as that. Stop pay. If you pick up a load that has like a bunch of stops for some reason, Sweet does offer stop pay, and it says the first stop you get $30, assuming you have multiple stops. So you get a first stop, it's $30. The second stop is $40. The third stop is also $40. The fourth stop is also $40. And the fifth and any additional stops after that, for whatever reason, you have a ton of stops on your deliveries, you get $50. So again, the fifth and any additional stops after that are $50 per stop. I think that's happened to me like a couple times. I tried a couple different things with Sweet since I've been here, but now I'm just plain Jane OTR. My DM runs the boards just like everybody else out there. I just get normal loads like that. But I did try Amazon. I was covering for a guy for a week. I did an Amazon. Didn't really like that. And then shortly thereafter, I was on this dedicated account with Ashley Furniture, where I would pick up in their yard, the distribution center, and go throughout the Northeast and deliver different amounts of furniture off the trailer. I did get some stop pays for that a couple times, where I had to like stop a couple times a day, but that was just with that dedicated. With the normal OTR regional load board stuff, I don't really foresee, you know, you having to make a bunch of stops. So if that's a concern, I wouldn't be concerned about it. That's not really anything that I've dealt with since then on that specific dedicated account. I'm just, again, I'm a normal regional guy now, so I don't really ever have any issues doing like a bunch of stops or anything like that. So they have detention, layover, and breakdown pay. Layover pay, I believe, is $100. Breakdown pay is $100 because of my issue last week. I know that for a fact. I got 6 days of breakdown pay while my truck was getting repaired. Just to kind of branch off that for a second, I kind of talked about the repair that I had to get done, but in the meantime, the day that I broke down, it was kind of later in the afternoon. Sweet put me up in a local hotel room, and it was a nice hotel room. It's actually on one of my other videos if you want to take a look at it. It's the New Jersey to St. Louis video, and it says, excuse me, and a breakdown in the title, so you can check that video out if you want. They put me up in a really nice hotel room. It's not no Roach Motel or anything like that. Every time I had to get into a hotel room for repair, that was the second time. It's always been a really nice hotel. And I say the second time, you're like, well, he's been in the hotel room twice already for breakdowns. Well, the second time was I got back into the area to pick up my truck again because I live in Pennsylvania. The truck was in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So I got a hotel room the night of the breakdown. The next day, sweet, offered me, they're like, well, you can sit in a room for a couple of days till it's repaired, or we can get your rental car and you can go home. I was like, well, if you're giving me the option, I'm going the hell home, obviously. So yeah, so I went home with the rental car. They covered that. It's great. It's never really an issue. If you have issues like this, it's never really an issue to give you some options. You know, this was in my scenario, maybe different for other people, but and then the second time that I was in a hotel room was for the same breakdown. I got back into the area, and it was kind of later at night, so they just put me up in a hotel room, and I picked up the truck today, and there you go. So those are my two experiences in hotel rooms. It doesn't happen often, but if it does, they're usually pretty good about getting you, you know, a decent hotel room, so I wouldn't be that concerned about it. Just another little unforeseen perk that, you know, when I signed on I didn't expect, but there it was. So always nice to be appreciated. Pet rider policy available. If you got pets, if you got dogs, if you got cats, if you got guinea pigs, whatever the case may be, there's policies for that. If that is a concern of yours or a question of yours, they can do that. They advertise on a lot on the backs of the trailers for the recruiters that, you know, Sweet wants, it's like something that says like Sweet wants good truck drivers and their doggies too, and they have a big picture on a lap. Can't miss it. But I love that. I'm a dog friendly guy myself, and I love that they're dog friendly. Some companies, some mega carriers are just like, nah, absolutely not. These people are friendly about it, so if you want a pet, you can do that. Rider policy, they have that. I mean, it's like an insurance form you fill out, and you know, this, that, and the third. I've never done it, but I know kind of how it works. If you want somebody to come with you, a spouse, friend, whatever, lizard, yeah, you just fill out. No, I'm just kidding about the lizard part. Just fill out the form for the rider policy. I think it's like a little insurance thing, but they do allow that. Yeah, man. And they also have a driver referral program, which brings me to the point of making the video. If you want to refer me, my name is Michael V. I'll leave more information down in the description below, but my name is Michael V, and I am in truck 9609. If you have found this video helpful, drop a like, thumbs up. I seem to be having issues with my comments on videos I've been posting recently with them being disabled. I'm not disabling the comments in my videos, but if they're not disabled, if I can figure out how to get it addressed, drop a comment below with any other questions that you have. But they do have a driver referral policy. It says it right there on the website. Again, going right off the website. $300 per month for up to 6 months. Must have referrer's full name on application for referrer to be eligible. Again, so 6 times 3 is 18. You can do the math. $300 times 6 months is $1,800. So if you're concerned about that, there you go. Most people or most companies have referral programs, but this one's a little bit different the way that it's kind of built out. But if you're an owner operator, for whatever reason, if you're an owner operator, you're looking at this video, you can send us a message or give us a call for more information. They are friendly for owner ops. Or this might be for a lot of folks. If you just graduated CDL school, give us a call today to enroll in our CDL graduate program. So I believe they do have a, like, if you're, I did not do this, I came as an experienced driver, but if you are fresh out of CDL school, I believe they do have a driver training program. You go out with a trainer for, I think it's 6 weeks or so, you know, learn the ropes, learn how to drive a truck, but you always have a trainer around in case you got questions or concerns. It's probably very helpful. In my early I've been trucking for a couple of years now. I started in 2018. I remember going out on the road, not with this company, but I remember going out on the road for 6 weeks, and it was super helpful. I did flatbed at the time. It was very helpful, you know, with a lot of, you know, securement questions and things like that, just to teach me the ropes and good habits and truckers etiquette and things like that. It's very beneficial. So if you're fresh out of CDL school, consider coming here. Save yourself the lily padding and jumping around, job hopping, company hopping, whatever you want to call it. Consider coming here. They will take you fresh out of CDL school. They have a graduate program. I don't know the specifics about it, but They will take you. They will pay you 50 cents right out of the gate. What more do you need? 50 cents right out of trucking school is pretty damn good. Pretty competitive. Trying to think of anything else. We get a company provided fuel card. We fuel primarily at the Loves. Loves everywhere. I mean, it's pretty easy. 25 minutes already. Jeez. All right. Any other questions or concerns, just drop them down below, and I'll do my best to respond to them. But I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, drop a like, thumbs up. If you consider coming on Sweet, please use me as a referral. It'll help me grow the channel a little bit, help me, my credibility within the company, and they will know I've already had people use my name in the past as a referral. It'll boost your credibility as well. You're not just some Joe Schmo. It's free to sign up for anything. It's free to apply anywhere. It won't hurt to use my name as a referral. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it. So consider Sweet as your next trucking company. Call Nick up. Nick's the recruiter. Ask him whatever questions your little heart may desire that I may have missed or forgot. I just tried to touch on the major stuff here. Pay, equipment, miles, things like that. Consider joining Sweet. It's a good trucking company. I do not get the sense of wanting to look over my shoulder at the next greater and better trucking company. I don't know if I'll be here forever, but they're definitely satisfying my needs of miles and home time balance as a regional guy, because that's what's important to me. Obviously, I could make a lot more money if I stayed out, but it's just important to me personally to get home. So, and they do that for me. I mean, what more could I ask for? Decent pay, home time balance, work-life balance. So that's about it. That'll do it for this video. Be safe. If you're driving, be safe. If you're considering, just do it. You won't regret it. Sweet's a good company. Take it from this random guy like me on YouTube. Anyway. Peace.